All right, so a lot of things have changed over the years in the 608, especially the cars we drive.
Josh Bryder live at Smart Motors in Madison with more on how the industry has changed over the years. I think he's also got a samurai sword hanging around out there. Josh, what's going on with that?
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, a lot of history here at Smart Motors. You can see a lot of it on the wall, and I teased it before, the katana back there, and this morning JR Smart's going to tell us a little bit more about that and kind of the history here. But the sword, you know, we were talking about that a little bit ago. Talk a little bit about why that's in your office here.
That was a gift from Toyota when we built this facility back in 2007. December is when we moved in here, and they had a big ceremony and invited all the executives, and we had a lot of fun.
So you guys have had a lot of history here. You know, you've been in this facility for a little while, but things have changed a lot for you guys since 1908 is when you guys first opened.
Absolutely, and the first vehicle that my grandfather sold, the Apperson Jackrabbit, sold for $5,000 at the time in 1908, which is equivalent to about $146,000 in today's money.
Holy cow.
Holy cow is right.
So, you know, we're in the crow's nest now. This is your office, and as you look out here, you're not seeing a lot of cars right now, and why is that?
Well, there has been quite a shortage lately. You'll see most dealers' lots look this bare. Saves us a little bit on floor plan. That aside, we're still selling a lot of vehicles. Everything is still, Toyota's doing well in that regard. They're able to fill the pipeline of sold orders, just not ground stock yet. And we expect that to last until at least the end of the year.
So COVID was interesting, obviously, on the market as well, but you guys have been through wars, you've been through depressions, recessions. I mean, how have you survived 1908, Wisconsin's oldest car dealership? That's a pretty big thing.
Yes, my grandfather was very resourceful and took other jobs in the meantime when the car sales and repair business was down. He wore many hats, including chauffeur. For the governor of the state of Wisconsin back in 1911, and some local bankers. He wore many hats.
And you also sold a vehicle to Frank Lloyd Wright as well.
We did. My grandfather and Mr. Wright were very good friends, and he sold a fleet of Crosley Hotshots, tinny little car that made the trek from Taliesin to Taliesin West in Scottsdale, Arizona. Not quite sure how all those cars made it, but they did.
Because cars have changed a lot at the time, too, because back then they weren't made of a lot of really good material.
They were not. I think I mentioned before that my grandfather started a salvage business early on with other dealers to pick up the abandoned vehicles on the side of the road. Quite the challenge.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, hey, we've had a great time learning about all the history, so we appreciate you having us in here this morning.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, JR. And guys, we're going to have all of this up on channel3000.com as well. I've also got a link to, there's a lot of history here that we weren't able to cover through our 4 segments this morning, so if you'd like to learn more, you can just go to the story in the 608 section on our website.
That bit about Frank Lloyd Wright is so interesting.
That's a cool story. And what did he was hitting the hoods of all the cars with his cane when he came in. I'll take this one and this one and this one.
Oh, that's great.
Learning so much. Good stories, Josh. Thanks, buddy. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him at in the608 at WIACTV.com for a chance to be featured.